Okay, so for module two is on business readiness. And like I said, business readiness is about checking to see the preparedness of the organization for improvement, right? We are saying this is process improvement, but are we really ready for improvement? So what are those things that we need to make sure are available? What are those ingredients that needs to be on the table, right, for us to say now we are ready to cook, right? You want to cook greatness, you want to cook wonderful stuff, but you need to make sure that those ingredients are ready, and this is what it can make or mar the success of your transformation projects. All right, so what are those things that we look out for? One of those things I will talk about is the role of leadership. So what's the role of the leadership of the business, the senior management, team, the board? What is their role in driving sustainable improvement projects in your organization? That's such a critical element in the playbook, right, to executing improvement projects. Another thing that we also look at is change management principles, right? Change management is such an important part of managing change, right? You're trying to manage the movement of people from the old way to the new way, right? So, role of leadership, change management. We also look at business measures. So, how do we measure our performance? Because before we start, doing our transformation, before we start changing things, we need to understand how we're even going to know that something has changed. So, how do we measure our current business? How do we measure the business going forward? How do we know? So, we're going to talk about key performance indicators, leading and lagging indicators, what's balance scorecard. So, what are those things that we have to, have some sort of way of measuring before we start our transformation? Right, so everybody has to be speaking the same language. Everybody has to be saying the same things. The way I define my things have to be clear, right? The definitions of the indicators has to be clear for everyone. That's the only way we can effectively know that we are measuring the same way and seeing some progress or not some progress. All right, and then we end the module by looking at some strategic planning frameworks, right? Some strategic planning frameworks, right? From Porter's five forces, SWOT analysis, and these are just some very popular ones, and PESO analysis. So we want to be able to see what are those frameworks that we can use to transition our business from where we are now to where we want to be in the future, right? So that's basically what you would expect to get from Module 2: role of leadership, change management principles, business measures, and strategic planning. All right.